The issue of regime change is starting to gain traction. Cliff May here to talk about what that would look like. Founder and president of FDD, Foundation for Defense of Democracy, nonpartisan policy institute, focusing on national security. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
As always. I saw you nodding along to a lot of what the general said.
Yeah, the general's right on. I would think on all points. I can't criticize anything.
Let's say Israel, one way or another, is able to take out Fordo, which is the main Iranian nuclear enrichment site under 300 feet of concrete. Somehow they take it out, either with air capability we don't know they have, or with commandos on the ground or some other covert kind of action.
Right.
We can all agree it's better if America stays out of this, right?
I think it's fine either way. America is behind Israel on this. It's clear that President Trump has been behind Israel on this. It's clear that President Trump was reining Israel in. He said, I'll rein you in for 60 days. But on day 61, you do what's in your best interest. And the Israelis went ahead and did that. It is possible that President Trump would like to get this job done. He has said for a long time, including in his first administration, I will not allow this regime, which has been shouting death to America since 1979. I was in Iran in 1979. That's when I first heard the phrase. If he wants to say, I'm going to do this on myself because I can do it in just a few hours, B-2s with massive ordnance penetrators, MOPs, they drop 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 in the same place. It's now an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's what we think. I'm being a little bit, but you understand what I mean. He might want to say, I've done exactly what I said I'm done, and we're out of there. But he might just say, Israel can do this. For Israel to do it on behalf of their interests and on behalf of U.S. national interests, that's not a bad thing either. And listen, the Israelis like to do things on their own, actually. When
they call it blue and white.
Right.
Dear citizens of Iran, we understand the difficult situation you are facing under the harsh conditions imposed by the regime. This is from the IDF. The least we can do is refer you through this link to the Mossad website. Perhaps you may find a new way there to improve your situation. This is from the IDF's Farsi Twitter page, directing people who want to help or who are willing to work for Israel to contact the Mossad. Where are we in the concept of regime change?
If regime change happens, I think it has to be because the people of Iran rise up against this brutal regime, which does things like shoot women in the face. Because
we've gotten that in the next segment.
So, all right. So
no argument in how brutal they are. But you think about this, and I think this is what the general alluded to, right? Afghanistan, through multiple regime changes that America tried, complete disaster. Afghanistan 2001, obviously the Taliban's back there after $1 trillion. Iraq, same thing. Egypt, I was there for that revolution. It didn't really work out. The Muslim Brotherhood came in, but then we got back a strongman dictator, thankfully. And 2011, Libya, still a mess. Syria, I think, is to be determined, but we don't know. Should this idea of taking out the Ayatollah, and the world is a safer, more just place without him, but should we be worried about what comes next?
Well, we should be worried about what comes next for sure, but not overly worried, because what we want and what the Israelis want is that this regime, it can stay in power, but it has to be defanged, declawed. It can't have a nuclear weapons capability to fulfill its threat over all these years of death to Israel and death to America. If it would not be the best thing for the people of Iran to have a crippled regime that is still theocratic. But from a U.S. point of view and an Israeli point of view, that's okay. Now, the Ayatollah is 86 years old. He took power in 1989. I don't think there's any other dictator who's been in power quite as long. We don't know what happens after him, even if he were to die a natural death. Why? Because dictators like that don't like to have...
They don't have succession.
A clear start. He'd like his son to take over. There's also the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, very loyal to him, but they might want to take over themselves. What would that be like? Who knows? Because the head of the IRGC today may not be the head of the IRGC tomorrow.
Most dangerous place in Iran is to be at number 2. All right, Cliff, it's good to see you. Thank you very much.